ascended skies, soaring to new heights and new understandings. Ascended skies, forbidding those lies. Today I got a bit of a poem for you. It's called the Bee Poem. As in bumblebees, working bees, queen bees, buzzing bees, pollinating bees, those that give life to all of nature and all of our food. Those very bees that Einstein stated, if the bees die, humanity will cease to exist. That's obvious because if the bees die, no pollination will exist. If no pollination exists, nature dies. If nature dies, we are part of nature. We cease to exist. Once again, this is the Butterfly Boy and the Butterfly Boy Chronicles. This time, the poem's about a bee. Check this out. Woo! Of course, written by me. Let's go. Are you ready? This, then, will be the bee poem, particularly called UFBs. Here we go. Just get this right. Bear with me, folks. We just get a good visual on. All right, here we go. UFBs. The fact that they fly, bumblebees and all, those little wings are far too small, too flimsy to carry a heavy body. It's like the puppet on the string was a 10-ton lorry. The puppeteer is lying. Either his strings are stronger than strong, or those little wings are doing something wrong. Bing bong, ding dong. Perhaps they are singing a song. Most may say, I am wrong. But I betcha, if you recorded the sound of that those filaments make, it will be harmonic and vibrating at a levitator's rate. How am I doing, mate? You see, if you rub two materials together really fast, they create, through friction, an electromagnetic blast. Yes, like a piston in an engine, it creates a spark. Two sparks form an arc, and suddenly we have light where previously it was dark. The light of realization that a bee is too heavy to fly on wings and air. The right to register that, yes, lying to you, they dare. And when we go bumble, and when we go bowing, it is just us stumbling forward in the not knowing. But if we look at the laws of light, resonance and energy, we see that counter-rotating fields of light are the creators of synergy. This balance energy, resounding in a drum, that is what causes the entire beehive to hum. Humming is the sound of energy at work. That's how you know a bee is a UFO. It counter-rotates a field of electromagnetic light and creates a free energy. And of course, that gives it flight. It's all down to reverse magnetic forces. When you think of levitation, it's all horses for courses. When you think of how difficult it is to fight gravity's reaction, but seen as magnetism, gravity is an electromagnetic energy attraction. Attraction comes along with its opposing force, repulsion. Exactly. Now you've got it. Bees are UFOs in motion. They drum up energy by creating a beat, resonate it in their chamber, so they don't much need their feet. Anybody who has been in an amphitheater, cathedral, or church knows what resonance amplified can cause and how it creates hertz. So bees do not fly. They have no need. They simply use repulsion magnetism and proceed. Now there's something you didn't know about the birds and the bees. This has been the Butterfly Boy, speaking to you about bees in the Butterfly Boy Chronicles. Ascended skies, soaring to new heights and new understandings, people. An aeroplane is too heavy, no matter which way the wind's blowing, to float on air. Please don't ever tell me you ever believed that thousands of tons of metal in the sky is just held up by the wind. Just doesn't work that way, does it, folks? You need a free energy machine. You need an aeroplane to be a UFO. Yes, folks. Think about it. In fact, hello. Yeah, you can come and say hello. Yeah, come and say hello. Seeing as though it's about the birds and the bees, it might as well be about you too. Yeah, how's it going? How are you? Yeah, come on. Come have a cuddle. Come on, good girl. That's it, good girl. Here we go. Here's a good girl. Hello, it's a good girl. Come on, you can come. You can come. Okay, you don't like the camera. Think about a ship. A ship has a hole, a big metal bucket underneath. Try to take a bucket and push it into water. It's almost impossible. The air in the bucket will not allow, and the shape of the bucket will not allow you to get it down into the water. That's how a ship works. It's a bucket. Then it has a deck and then all things on top of it. That's how it stays above the water. Otherwise, it's thousands and thousands of tons of metal and it would just sink. But the water is a lot more dense, thicker, liquid-like, syrupy, honey-like than air. So the aeroplane doesn't act like a ship, like a bucket on the water. It's just like a bunch of metal on the water. It would just sink. And in a less dense material called air, it would definitely just drop out the sky. The speed of the aircraft does not equate to the tonnage, which means the speed the aircraft flies at 700 to 900 kilometers an hour does not keep the aircraft in the air. A couple of 100 tons of metal flying through the air at 900 kilometers an hour would just in the end go down to the earth. Trust me. It wouldn't fly through the air too far either. She said, bless, you want attention? You can come, my girl. Come on. Anyway, let me wrap it up and give her attention. But the fact is, if you don't have a free energy machine, a counter-rotating field of light, if you don't have a magnetic repulsion machine within a craft that weighs thousands of tons or hundreds of tons of metal, it's not going to stay in the sky. Certainly not on the wings of the air. Certainly not on the jet stream. There's another thing about that while you're up there in the sky at your 30,000 feet above sea level, which is about 10,000 kilometers from the Earth's surface. Keep in mind, the sun is 33,000 kilometers from the Earth's surface, as is the invading moon, and that the firmament is at 51,000 kilometers. So yes, that's how it works. As long as the aircraft keep you at 10,000 kilometers, that's 20 odd thousand kilometers from the sun, and 40 odd thousand kilometers from anywhere near the firmament, because we wouldn't want you to know about that. And of course, we have what you call international airports, stargates. You must go to one Stargate to be directed further on. And who knows what happens between those ports or portals called border posts, airports. Who knows what happens, if there's mind control going on or what. But wherever you're from, you go to an international airport, Charles de Gaulle in France, or London at Gatwick or Heathrow, wherever you're from, Hong Kong has its one, Thailand, each country has their international airports. So you go from your little place to that international airport, and that redirects you to wherever you got to go. Usually, if it's further than 10 hours or so, with a double stop, that when you look on a sort of a flat earth map, you see that makes sense. But when you look on a globe map, it makes no sense. So it's very interesting as to how we have been deceived within the skies, the flights, the planes, how they work, how they function, the directions they take, the patterns, the course, that they don't dip their nose every few minutes while they go around the so-called globe that most of the pilots tell you doesn't exist. So think about it, folks. When you take an experience in an aeroplane, you take off, you level out, and you come down. There's no experience once you've leveled out of the pilot having to correct every time you do 10,000 kilometers around a ball Earth. And he'll tell you that directly himself. We live in a deception. The purpose of that deception is so that you can get out of it. If it wasn't a deception, you would have nothing to get out of. You need to prove the lie. You need to find the way out of the matrix, the lie, and find the truths. Stop believing ridiculous concepts like aeroplanes fly on the cushion of air due to 900 kilometers an hour, their top speed. They only take off at 300 odd kilometers an hour. The mathematics doesn't work. Here's the maths. Find out the exact weight of the aircraft that you're talking about. So perhaps, for instance, a 700 ton aircraft. Oh, it weighs less? How much? 500? 300? 100 tons? Let's find out. Whatever the aeroplane weighs, work out the mathematics needed to keep that weight in the sky. How much air cushion do you need? I'm not sure there's an equation for this, but how much cushion of air do you need to pick up an aeroplane at 300, 400, whatever speed it's taking off? So the simple mathematics is, the aeroplane's here on the flat ground. It's going to go at a certain speed, and then it's going to get so much air underneath it, it's going to take off, and this air is going to hold it up all the way until it comes down the other side. It'd be very interesting to see that equation. Don't believe everything they tell you, folks. They're lying to you. They've been lying to you for thousands of years, like 2,000 since the Great Reset. And 2,000 years on, they would like to greatly reset again. Because you're getting too smart now. Perhaps you're listening to folks like myself. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the poem, and ascended skies, soaring to new heights and new understandings about how things fly. Signing out.